Alright, the video is started.
Crazy.
Of course, I'm not ready though. I was just like, doing it backwards. Alright, so today we're going to start Pericles, which I wonder if has any relations to Hercules. Alright, so put your ribbon on page. Make sure these pages aren't stuck together and we wind up like, yeah, they were stuck together. Look at that. Alright. 1, 2, 3. What? Early? Oh, that looks like 99. 1041. Put your ribbon on that page. I'm not gonna.
1041?
Yeah, we're gonna like read 2.5 pages. Okay, yeah. Alright, Pericles, dramatist personnel. Antrochius, king of Antioch. Pericles, prince of Tyre, yeah, we're just gonna say Tyre. Hellenicus, Ascanes, 2 lords of Tyre. Simonides, king of Pentiopolis. Cleon, governor of Taurus. Lysimachus, governor of Mytilene. Sermon, a lord of Ephesus. Thylord, the lord of Antioch. Philemon, servant to Charimon. Leonine, servant to Dionysius. Marshal and Pander, both his servants. The daughter of Antiochus. Dionysia, wife to Cleon. Cleon. Clean. Yeah. Clean, but it's not. Okay. Thasia's daughter to Simonides. Marina, daughter to Pericles and Theas. Lynchordia, a nurse to Marina. Abald, lords, ladies, knights, gentlemen, sailors, pirates, fishermen, and messengers. Diane, grower as chorus, seen dispersely in various countries. Dispersely in various countries. She's like all over the place. And really challenging names to say, and I am the worst at names, so let's see. I know, I'm like, let the insecurities begin. Act 1. Enters grower before the place of Antioch. Antioch. Glower. Grower. There's no L. Gower. Gower. To sing a song that old was sung, from ashes ancient growers come, assuming man's infirmities, to glad your ears and please your eyes. It has been sung as festives on ember eaves and hollow ales. The lords and ladies in their lives have ready for reservations, restoravations. The purchase is to make men glorious. Is not in English. E abonium q anticias as Melius. If you born in these later times, then wit more ripe accept my rhymes, and that to hear an old man sing may bring your wishes pleasure bring. I life would wish, and that I might waste it for you like tempered light. This Antioch then, Antiochus the Great, built up the city for his chiefest seats, the fairest in all Syria. I tell you what mine authors say. This king unto him took a fair, who died and left a female hair. So Boxium belief and full of faith, face, as heaven had lent her all his grace, with whom the Father liking took, and her to incent did provoke. Bad child, worse father, to entice his own, to evil should be done by none. By custom, what they did began was with longer use account no sin. The beauty of this sinful dame made many princes thither frame, to seek her as bedfellow, and marriage pleasure playfellow. To prevent he made a law, to keep her still and men in awe, that who's asked her for his wife, his riddle told not lost his life. So for her may way did die. As you grim looks do testify, that's what now ensures to judgment of your eye. I give my cause, who best can justify. Exit. Scene 1. Antioch, a room in the palace. Enters Antiochus, Pericles, and followers.
Mom, Lily.
Hey, Lily.
Lily was just meowing a bunch. In here.
No, I didn't hear her. Are you okay, Lily? Okay, just be easy with her. She seems stressed today.
Okay.
Antiochus, young prince of Tyre, you have at large received the danger of the task you undertake. Pericles, I have Antioch, and with a soul emboldened with the glory of her praise, think death no hazard in this enterprise. Antiochus, bring in our daughter clothes like a bride, for the embracement of Jove himself, at whose conception till Luciana reigned, nature this dowry grave. To glad her presence, the Senate house of planted all did stir, to knit in her the best perfections. Music's enters Antiochus, daughter of Pericles. See where she comes, apparelled like a spring, graces her subject, and her thoughts the king. Of every virtue gives reown to man. The face of book of praise, where is read nothing but curious pleasures, as from thence sorrows were ever raised, and taste of wrath could never be her mild companion. Your gods that made me man and sway in love, that have inflamed desires of my breast, to taste the fruit of you, celestious tree, or thine adventure be my helps. As I am son to servant your wilt, to compass such bounteous happiness. Antiochus, Prince Pericles, that would be the son to the great Antiochus.
Why is Lily meowing so much?
Lily, it's okay. She's been stressed out the last couple of days because there's craziness going on. Is you okay? Do you want to come up here?
Why are you meowing so much?
Come here. It's okay. No. She just rolled over on the floor and she's looking at me like, pick me up. Love me. Cuddle me. Antiochus. Before the standards this fair Hyperes, with golden fruits but dangerous to be touched. For death like dragons, here affright thee hard, her face like heaven entices thee to view. Her countless glories which desert must gain, and which without a desert, because thy eyes presume to reach all, thy whole heap must die. Yon sometimes famous prince like myself, John by report, adventurous by desire, tell thee with speechless tongues and semblance pale, that without covering, save yon fields of stars, here they stand merit, slain in Cupid's wars, and with dead cheeks advise thee to deceit, for going on death's net, whom none resist. Pericles, Antiochus, I thank thee, who has taught my frail morality to know itself, and by those fearful objects to prepare this body like to them to what I must. For dust remembered should be like a mirror, who tells us lies but breath, to trust in error. I'll make my wit thine, and as sick men do, who know the world, see heaven, but feeling woe, gripped not at earthly joy as erst they did. So I beseech a happy peace to you, and all good men, as every prince should do. My riches to their earth from whence they come, but my unspotted fire of love to you, to the daughters of Antiochus. Thus ready for the way of life or death, I wait the sharpest bow. Antiochus. Scorning advice, read thy conclusions then. With read and not expounded, 'tis decreed, as these before these thou myself shalt bleed, daughter of Antiochus. Of all said yet mayst thou prove preposterous, of all said yet I wish thee happiness. Pericles, like a bold champion, I assume the list, nor ask advice of any other thought, but faithfulness and courage, reads the riddle. I am no viper, yet I feed on mother's flesh which did me breed. I sought a husband, on which labored, I found the kindness in a father. He's father's son and a husband mild. I mother, wife, and yet his child. How they may be, and yet into as you will live, resolve it you. Sharp physics is the last, but oh, you powers, are given heaven countless eyes to view men's actors. Why clouds they not in their sights perpetually? If this be true, which makes me pale to read it, fair glass of life, I loved you, and could still take hold of the hand of the prince. Were not this glorious casket stored with ill, but I must tell you now my thoughts revolt, for he's no man on whom perfection waits, that knoweth sin within will touch the gates. You are fair viol, and your sons the strings, who fingered it to make man his lawful music. Would you draw heaven down, and all the gods to hearken, but being played upon before your time, you'll only distinct at so a harsher time. Good sooth, I care not for you. Antiochus. Prince Pericles, touch not upon thy life, for that's an article within our law, as dangerous as the rest. Your time's expired. Either expand now or receive your sentence. Pericles. Great king, few love to hear the signs, they love to act. 'Twere praise yourself too near for me to tell it. Who has a book of all that monarchs do? He's more secure to keep it shut than shown. For voice repeated is like the wandering wind, blows dust in others' eyes to spread itself, and yet the end of all of it brought thus dear. The breath is gone, and the sore eyes are clear. To stalk the air what hurts them, the blind mole casts copper hills towards heavens to tell the earth is stormed by man's oppression, and the poor woman dieth for it. Kings are earthly gods, and voice their laws their will. And if Jove stray, who dares say Jove doeth ill? It is enough, and it is fit. What's being more known grows worse to smother it. I'll love the womb that the first being bred, and give my tongue to like leave to love my head. Antiochus aside, having that I had thy head, he has found meaning, but I will glose with him, young prince of Tyre. Thou by the tender of our stride edicts, your expectation misinterpreting, we might proceed to counsel of your days, yet hope succeedingly so fair a tree, as your fair self does tune us with wise. 40 days longer we do respite you, if by which time our secret be undone. This mercy shows will joy in such a son, and until then your intern shall be, as doeth benefit our honor and your worth. Excellent all but Pericles. How curious would seem to cover sin, when what is done is like a hypocrite. That which is good is nothing but in sight. If it be true that I interpret false, then when it's certain you were not so bad, as with foul increase to abuse your soul, for now you're both father and son, by your untimely claspings with your child, which pleasure fits a husband, not a father, when she enters of her mother's flesh by the defying of her parents' bed. And both like serpents are, who thought they feed on sweetest flowers, yet they poison breeds. Antioch farewell, for wisdom sees those men blush not in action, blinked in the night, will shun no course to keep them from sight. One sin, I know, another doeth provoke. Mother as near as lust to flames to smoke. Passion treasons are the hands of sin, aye, and their targets to put off shame. Then least my life be cropped to keep you clear, by flight I'll shun the danger which I fear. Exit. Enters Antiochus. He has found the meaning for which we mean to have his head. He must not live to triumph for my infinity, nor tell the world Antiochus doeth sin in such a loath manner. And therefore instantly this prince must die, for by his fall my honor must keep high. Who attends us there? Enters Thylord. Does your highness call? Antiochus. Thylord, you are of our chamber, and are mine partakers. Her private actions to your secrecy, and for your faithfulness we will advance you. Thylord, behold, here's poison, and here's gold. We hate the prince of Tyre, and thou must kill him. It fits thee not to ask the reason why, because we bid it. Say, is it done? Thylord, my lord, 'tis done. Antiochus, enough. Enters the messenger. Let your breath cool yourself, telling your haste. Messenger, my lord Prince Pericles is fled. Exit. Antiochus, as thou wilt life fly after, and like an arrow shoot from the well-experienced archer, hits the mark his eyes doeth level at, and thou never returned unless you say, Prince Pericles is dead. Thylord, my lord, if I can get him within my pistol's length, I'll make him sure enough. So farewell to your highness. Antiochus, Thylord adieu, excellent Thylord, till Pericles be dead. My heart can lead no score to my head. Exits. Scene 2, Ty. A room in the palace. Enters Pericles. Pericles, Lord, within, let none disturb us. Why should this charge of thoughts? The sad companion Juliet melancholy, being I so used, the guest has not an honor. In the day's glorious walk or peaceful night, the tomb where grief should sleep can breathe me quiet. Here pleasure courts mine eyes, and mine eyes shun them. And danger which I feared is at Antioch, whose arm seems far too short to hit me here. Yet neither pleasure aught can join my spirits, nor yet the other distant comforts me. Then it is less the passion of the mind that have the first conception by misdread, have after nourishment and life by care, and what was first but fear might be done. Growers elders now, and cares it be not done. And so with me the great Antiochus, against whom I am little to contend, since he so great can make his will his act, will think me speaking, though I swear to silence. Nor boots it me to say I honored him, if he suspects I may dishonor him. And what may make him blush in being known, he'll stop the course by which it might be known. With hostile forces he'll overspread the land, and with overthoughted of war will look so huge. Amazement shall drive courage from the state, or men be vanquished ere they do resist. And subjects punish that never thought offense, which care of them, not pity of myself, who am no more but as the tops of trees, which fence the roots that grow by and defend them, make both my body pine and my soul to languish, and punish that before that which ye punish. Endures Halikias and other lords, first Lord, joy and all of comfort in your sacred beasts, second Lord, and keep your mind till you return to us, peaceful and comfortable. Hicalantius. Peace, peace, and give experience tongue. They do abuse the king that flatters him. For flatteries is the blows blowing up sin. The thing which is flattered but sparks, to which that blast gives ear and strange glow. Whereas reproof, obedience, and order, fits kings as they are men, for they may err. When Signor Sooth here does proclaim a peace, he flatters you, makes a war upon your life. Prince, pardon me or strike me if you please. I cannot be much lower than my knees. Pericles. I'll leave us else, but let your cares overlook what shipping and what lands in our heavens, and then return to us, exit lords. Herculaneus, thou hast moved us, what seest thou in our looks? Heliconesus, an angry brow, dread lord. Pericles, if there be such a dirt in prince frowns, how durst thy tongue move anger to our faces? Herculaneus, how dare the plants look up to heaven, from whence they have their nourishment? Pericles, thou knowest I have power to take thy life from thee. Last page, you're reading the last part. Helicolanius kneeling. I have ground the axe myself. But you, do you but strike the blow? Pericles, rise, pity thee, rise. Sit down, thou art no flatterer. I thank thee for it, and heaven forbid that kings should let their ears hear their faults, child. For counselors and servants, for a prince, who by the wisdom makes a prince thy servant. What would thou have me do? Herculaneus, to bear with patience such grief as you yourself do lay upon yourselves. Pericles, thou speakest like a physician, Herculaneus. The minister's petition unto me, that thou wouldest tremble to receive thyself. Attend me then. I went to Antioch, whereas thou knowest against thy face of death. I sought the purchase of a glorious beauty, from whence an issue I might propagate our arms to print and bring joys to subjects. Her face was to mine eyed void, and all wondered. The rest hearken thy ear as black as incense, which by my knowledge found the sinful father. Seemeth not to strike, but smooth. But thou knowest this, 'tis time to fear when triumph seemed to guess, which fear so grew in me, I hither fled, under the covering of a careful night, who seemed my good protector, and being here, bethought me what was past, what might succeed. I knew him triumphantous in tyrant's fears, decree not, but grow faster than the years, and should be doubted it, as no doubt he doth, that I should open to the listening air how many worthy princes' bloods were shed, to keep his bed a black unlaid oak, to lock the doubts. He'll fill this land with arms, and make pretense of wrongs that I have done him, when all for mine, if I may call offence, must feel war's blow, who spares not innocence, which love to all, of which thou art one, who now reprovest me for't. Helicalanus. Alas, sir, Pericles, dew sleep out of my eyes, blood from my cheeks, messing into my mind with 1,000 doubts, how I might stop this tempest ere it came, and find little comfort to reveal them. I thought to priestly charity to grave them. Herculaneus. Well, my lord, since you have given me leave to freely, I will speak. Antiochus, you fear, speak. And you justice, I think you fear the tyrant, who either by public war or private treason will take away your life. Therefore, my lord, go travel for a while, till that his rage and anger be forgot, or till the destinies do cut and thread his life. Your ruler direct to any, if to me, to serve not light more faithful than I'll be. Pericles. I do not doubt thy faith, but should he wrong my liberties in my absence, Herculaneus will mingle our bloods together in the earth from which we had our being and our birth. Pericles. Tarry, now look from thee thine unto Tyrus, intend my travel, where I'll hear from thee, and by whose letters I'll dispose myself. The care I have and have of subjects good, on thee I lay, whose wisdom strength can bear it. I'll take thy word for faith, not ask thy oath. Who shall not to break, one will sure crack both. But in our orbs will live to round and safe. That time of both this truth shall never convince. Thou shouldest a subject shined, a true prince. Excellent. Scene 3. Ty, an aunt's chamber in the palace. Enters Thyliard. Thyliard. So this is Ty, and this is the court. Here must I kill King Pericles, and if I do it not, I am sure to be hanged at home. 'Tis dangerous. Well, I perceived he was a wise fellow, and had good discretion, that, being bid to ask what he would of the king, desire he might know none of his secrets. Now do I see he had some reason for it, for if king bid man a villain, he's bound by the indenture of his oath to be one. Hush, here comes the lords of Ty. Enters Herculaneus and Escannars. with lords. Herculean, Helantius. No, there's no T. Helancanus. Helancanus. You shall not need my fellow peer of Ty, further to caution me of a king's departure. His sealed commissions left in trust with me. Do we speak sufficiently? He's going to travel. Thyler decide. How the king gone? Echelanius. If further yet you will be satisfied, why, as it were, unlicensed of your love, you would depart. I'll give you some light unto you, being an Antioch. Thyler decide. What is Antioch? Helancanus. A royal Antioch, on which cause I know not, took some displeasure at him, at least he judged so, as doubting least that he had error sinned. To show his sorrow, he'll correct him. So puts him unto the shipman's toll, with whom each minute threatens life or death. Thyler decide. Well, I perceive I shall not be hanged now, although I would, but since he's gone, the king sees much pleased. Be escaped and lands to perish to sea, I'll present myself, peace to the lords of Ty. Helicanius. Lord Thylord from Antiochus is welcome. Thylord. For him I come with message unto Prince Pericles. But since my landing I have understood your lord has betook himself to unknown travels. My measures must return from whence it came. Helancanus. We have no reason to desire it, commanded to our master, not to us. Yet, ere ye shall depart, this we desire. To friends of Antioch we may feast and die. Excellent. Scene 4. Tazarus, her room in the governor's house. Enters Celion, the governor of Tars, with his wife Dionys, and others. Cleon. My Dionys, shall we rest us here, and by relating tales of other griefs, see if 'twill teach us to forget our own? Dionys. That were to blow a fire and hope to quench it.